You know, I love the people that are subscribers. I love all my subs, but I just want to say hey to all of you guys because there's so many of you and I don't feel like I talk to you enough. Someone said, OMG, I'm in DC, not me walking around hoping to bump into you. Y'all, I'm so tired. Like, I'm very, very sleepy, so you will not just be seeing me out and about in the streets of DC, which is weird because I used to live here, as you all know, and it was very odd getting into the Uber yesterday. Not an Uber, it was a Lyft because I'm very team Lyft. It was weird getting into the Lyft. It was weird driving through the city. I drove through my old neighborhood. It was very weird to see all this again and not go back home. Like, home felt like the adult life that I created here for myself. So it's weird revisiting all of this. So, miss seeing your lives. Well, I'm live now, baby. You're back. Some can't afford to sub, so thank you. I get that. You know, I try to make my subscriptions a safer space. I get a lot of hate usually when I go public with lives, and I can handle it, but it's not fun for the people who are fans. It's not a good time for them. So I want to make something where everyone can feel safe, not just me. But yeah, I love public lives. They're a good time. Someone said, are you still dating Joseph? Yes. What? Yes. Mike, what's up, Michael? How is it back in DC? It is, like, I don't want to say it's not cold. It's like 40, 50 degrees out here. It's pretty chill. But literally, I just got off the plane, got into a car, got to my friend's house, and I've been on the couch drinking wine, drinking water. I'm tired. I do a lot of traveling. Ooh, I just knocked the charger out. Crap, I just knocked out the charger. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I do a lot of traveling and I get really exhausted, like a lot more exhausted than I thought I ever would. So I'm laying down, relaxing, chilling out, eating grapes, having fun with my very, very, very close friend and her baby, who I just met for the first time. I last saw her at her baby shower, and she was maybe a month before giving birth. Oh, now I'm gonna get emotional. She was maybe a month before giving birth. And then I was still outside in the real world when she was born, but they lived in DC, I lived in Michigan at the time, and I knew I was really deep in the process of going on the show, so I couldn't tell her. It was very sad. I couldn't tell her that I was going to go away for a while, hopefully for a while, but I knew that she was the type of person where, like, I could just disappear. She would see the news pop up and she wouldn't feel any type of way about it. And when we finally connected, and I met her baby yesterday, and I fed her a bottle, held her in my arms. You know, there's so much change that's happened in 2022 alone. There is so much that's happened, not just for me, but in all of my friends' lives. And to see the actual physical manifestation of, like, my friend's baby. I held my friend's baby for the first time. And now I'm in a financial place where I can just spoil her all the time. I can spoil this beautiful, beautiful girl. I think that's the most exciting thing about winning the money that I want. I get to shower my friends with love and affection, you know. I get to spoil my friend's baby. I get to be Auntie Taylor. I get to treat my mom and grandma on a cruise for the holidays. I get to go on a birthday cruise with my friends. They're just really exciting things that I'm able to do that I've always wanted to do. Because I've had friends who've spoiled me and showered me with love. Really, my pageant friends that I made here in DC, they're the ones that inspired me not to give up on my pageant dreams, inspired me to pursue my own personal styling business when Trump Club fell to pieces. So I'm just really grateful for the circle that I have. You go inside the house, you come outside the house, you have the success that I've been having now coming out of the house, and you realize who's in your circle. You realize that sometimes even the loudest cheerleaders are not the ones who need to be in your circle too. And you see who's really there for you and who's important to keep near and dear. So it's been really awesome. It's been really cool. I have 7 nieces and nephews. Woo! Y'all, you all know I come from, I can't even say small family. It's just me. I have no siblings. So having nieces and nephews is, it's something I've always been excited about, like showering my friends. And I've got a little bit of baby juice on me, so I'm trying to cover it with my hair. But I've always been excited to be an auntie to all my friends' kids, and now I get to do that. Even though I don't have like blood nieces and nephews, I got lots of nieces and nephews coming up. Jules is in the building. Miss you, love you too. Jules knows why I'm in DC. Congrats on the award. Yeah, that's crazy, you guys. I got an award from Hearts of Reality for being a top 3 fundraiser for Give Kids the World. And I'm not even at the event, so Joseph accepted it on my behalf. I didn't even know that award was coming, so that was really cool. But I can't accept it on my own. That was all you. That was all the Hail Raisers. That was all Abden's Army. That was all the jailers. So thank you so much, you guys, for donating and really pushing that drive. That was really cool. I was an only child, but now I'm 24 with a 2-year-old sister. You had it so good. You had it so good. 16 nieces and nephews, collecting them like infinity stones. Y'all are so funny. You need to be at Hearts of Reality next year. I hope it works out. I was committed to some other events before I even knew about it. So, that's just kind of where the cards played out for me. But hopefully I'll be able to make it again next year. We'll see how the dates all fall out. But I am going to be at 2 of the Survivor events next week. One of them, actually, they're both donating funds to Hearts of Reality and Give Kids the World. So I'm excited to go to both and continue to fundraise. Y'all, I did not brush my hair. I have not washed my face yet. I look a little busted right now. And yes, I do have a filter on because my lips are super, super chapped right now. Someone said a sibling is mad handy if you ever need a candy. Well... Jules, headed to the ship in the morning with 3 martini glasses. Jules, you have fun on your cruise. Everyone tell Jules, have fun on your cruise. Someone asked me about the events I went to in LA, and they were fun. They were fun. I had a really good time at both of them. The Revolve event was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of people that I've been like DMing with or connecting with online, but just never been in the same place at the same time. So Revolve was fun, got the photos, had a good time. I've always been a fan of the brand, so it was cool to wear the clothes and meet the people. It was an outdoor event in LA, which I thought would be a little bit warmer. Mind you, I can handle the cold when I know what I'm getting into. I was not dressed appropriately to be outside in like 40-degree weather. So that was a little tough for me. I literally, you guys, I was like, because they had those little outdoor heaters out. So I was literally cuddled up by one of these, and I would only go into a line or like have my publicist take me to a certain area if I was like, I absolutely have to. like, do I have to? Otherwise I'm staying right by this heater. Did you ever get a physical version of the award you wanted in the house? I never got a physical award from E. Maybe we just missed it. I don't know, but I never got that one. So we'll see. Either way, that was really cool that I even won that award. That was awesome. I'm put on some chapstick then. I'll get to it. I have like a whole lip thing. I exfoliate my lips when I brush my teeth. I have a lip exfoliant, and then I put on the balm and all this other stuff. Did you meet Rachel Lindsay? Yeah, we've had a couple conversations before, and then I didn't even know she'd be there. So literally I was like walking by and she was hugging somebody. And when you hug somebody, you know what's going on. So we just passed each other. And I was like, oh, hey, girl. And caught up from there. But I'll try to catch up with her when I get back to LA. I don't think Taylor would do Big Brother again. I go up and down about it. I keep saying I would love to do an abbreviated version, like a 1 month. Like if they did Big Brother during the time frame of Celebrity, then I would consider it. Would I actually follow through? I don't know. A lot of you guys are saying red's your color. You look great in red. Thanks so much, you guys. That was really cool. Did you ever hear from Rihanna? I never heard from Rihanna. Have you met or talked with Demi? Demi and I, so those of you who don't know, Demi Burnett, she was on The Bachelor a few seasons ago. She's hilarious. She was a villain on the show, but like a likable villain. Demi did not scare me. She apologized on Twitter for scaring me. She did not scare me. Actually, I should go respond to that because she probably does feel kind of bad about it. She was so funny. Again, walking past each other at this ball that we were both at, And when she recognized it was me, she literally screamed and grabbed the person next to her and was like, "We are in the presence of royalty, of an icon." And I was like, "Girl, relax." She goes, "No, you don't understand. You don't understand." And she broke down Big Brother week by week to anybody who would listen. It was really funny. But no, she's great. She's really funny, and it's been really cool. It's been cool meeting a lot of people who have been on reality shows and then meeting them in person, being like, "Oh, you are this, you are that, yada, yada, yada." You know, I think what's interesting about Big Brother is that because of the 24/7 aspect of it, you really do see everything. I know some people are going to be like, "Oh, you didn't see anything because the camera cut here or did that." Like, no, like you see everything. Everything that you see on those live feeds is the truth. And let's say that even if they did try to like manipulate a story or a perspective by cutting a feed, you see the conversation that's happening before it gets cut. Like you either know where it's going or you know it was already said. So you can't manipulate people's real time words or actions. So like what you see is what you get with Big Brother. But when you're meeting people outside of Big Brother where there aren't live cameras, where you can't see everything, it's been really interesting learning about like, and just getting to know people. It's been really cool. I think also like people are multifaceted. So I think with a lot of villains, when you meet them in passing, it's going to be really easy to have a good interaction with them, whatever your first judgment or assumption was. That doesn't mean that like the rest of their personalities and what you already saw. So, you know, people have different aspects of them, but we all do, don't we? How do you keep your social battery charged with back-to-back events? I don't. I do not keep my social battery charged. I get very sleepy. So that's why actually I am a big Irish goodbyer. Big Irish goodbyer. I just like dip out. I was actually supposed to show up to that ball with Susie and a couple of other girls, but I had to be at the Revolve event longer than expected. So I literally, I showed up late. I showed up after that carpet closed at the ball because I was like, I don't need the photos. I don't need the press and all that stuff. Like, I just kind of want to go and meet people and have a good time and keep it low key. So I just showed up, hit the dance floor, had some pizza. Don't tell my trainer I had pizza. I'm sorry, Brooke. I hope you don't see this. Yeah, I had some pizza, put way too many red pepper chili flakes on that pizza, ate it, had fun, danced with the girlies, saw a lot of people that I've known before, even getting into reality TV. Met some people that I will likely not see again. And it was funny. It was really interesting seeing people in this space. It was very interesting seeing people they have crushes on and like seeing them flirt with each other the whole time. I even told Joseph this. I was like, "Oh, like I was at this party and he knew I was going to this party. I was like, "Oh, I was at this party and you know, I'm watching everyone around me make out and like be cute and flirty." And I was like, "Oh, I miss my boyfriend. Like I just wish Joseph were here. Like I wish I could just like grab his hand and dip out and call it a night with him." So it was funny seeing, like it was cute too, seeing people flirt for the first time or like get a little touchy-feely. It just made me miss my boyfriend. But I'll see him soon. What's an Irish goodbye? An Irish goodbye is when you leave without saying goodbye. You just go. So you could be at a party with somebody, right? We're hanging out, we're having fun. And then you guys are like, "Where's Taylor? Where'd she go?" She's gone. Taylor is in the car. Taylor is on the way home. Taylor is in the bed already. She's taking her makeup off. Like she's ordering room service. She's gone. And is that the safest way to leave? I don't like leaving without my friends feeling safe about where I am because I'm the type of friend that, oh, I almost fell out this chair. Oh no. I'm the type of friend that would 100%, if I notice a friend is missing, I'm thinking the worst. I'm like, "Oh my God, are you guys gone? Like, did she get taken? Did something happen? Oh my God." But if I just dip out. So if I make my friends worried, I'm sorry. I'll send a text in the car. I'm already gone, but you know that I'm safe. I'm like, "Oh, love you, bye." When do you see Joseph next? 2 days, 3 days, something like that. It's an introvert thing. I'm also very guilty. I get overwhelmed. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you just gotta dip. I know that's right. These are good grapes. You are so beautiful. I am using a filter. Would you ever do The View on ABC? I think if any of these shows had a younger version of it, like, guys, let's be real, I'm 27. I turned 28 the last day of this month. I don't think I'm really qualified age-wise, or I don't think the demographic makes sense for me to be on any of these daytime talk shows. But like, if there was a different version where it was younger, I would love to. Because y'all know I got opinions. And my mom was even 5 minutes late. I think she's been kidnapped, got in a car crash, or murdered. Okay, well, let's not go that far. You don't look like you have a filter on. Yeah, I like this really subtle one. It gives me freckles, but let's do this. First of all, you can see how chapped my lips are. And you can see the wine stains on my lips still. Yikes. Okay, so this is how you can tell I'm wearing a filter. Watch my finger. First of all, do you see that? You can see the filter moving on my finger. And okay, so see how normal my finger is here? Totally normal size. When I move it closer, first of all, look at how it curves. Isn't that crazy? Look how my finger curves to my face. It's literally slimming. Like, this filter thins out my finger. Look, do you see the difference there? That's so wild. So I like doing this so you guys can see what these filters do to us. Like, they can completely alter your face. Even though this one is subtle, you can see the blush on the nose. You can see how my finger's being manipulated here. And even like right here, you can see the filter moving to try to adjust here. Yeah, so I don't want any of you guys to feel like, oh, like, she's naturally this beautiful, this, and that. No, I put a filter on because my lips are crusty. Like, is that your natural hair? Yeah, this is all my hair. I usually wear clip-in extensions just for volume and length. Someone said she's hypnotizing us. No, that's Brittany. I'm kidding. TBH, I can't tell the difference between you with and without a filter. Well, that's why I did that whole finger thing, so you can tell what's real and what's not. Even though this is super subtle, like, you guys still deserve to know the truth of all of it. And I feel like this filter just gives better light. Woo. What's that filter called? I think it's called No Makeup Makeup. I'll see if I can post it in a story after this. Have you finished Drag Race All-Stars? All Winners All-Stars? Yes. If we're basing it on lip syncs, I don't think the winner should have won. And there are probably people here who are spoiling or not spoiled, whatever. If we're basing it on lip syncs, I don't think the winner should have won. But if we're basing it on like overall performance in the entire season, yes. Lay sponsorship. I've got the contract in front of me right now. Yeah. So I'm working on that one, you guys. Yay, woo, hooray. I was wondering when I saw the freckles. Yeah, I don't have any freckles. Sometimes when I, yeah, I need to drink some water. Sometimes when I don't have a filter on, when you see me completely barefaced, some people will ask me like, oh, do you have freckles? And I go, no, those are just acne scars. And that's why I use vitamin C serum. And actually, it really helps with evening out the tone on my acne scars, because they do look like freckles on my face. Thanks for doing a live for those of us that can't afford to pay. You said can't afford to pay, but I think you meant can't afford to pay. And yeah, totally. Look, I used to be a fan. I'm still a fan of Two Black Girls, One Rose. And I just did a podcast with them. Check it out. That was a dream come true for me. Because I've been supporting them since they were public. They used to not be on Patreon. They used to be on Spotify, Apple, wherever you wanted to listen to your podcast. I think actually only Apple. I can't remember now. But I think I started listening to them on like their second or third episode when it was completely free. And then when they decided to make the transition to Patreon, yeah, it was only $5, like how much my subscription is right now. But I was really strapped for cash at that time in my life. And it wasn't worth it to like ask my mom or dad, hey, can you pay for this podcast? And I didn't want to give up the Starbucks run. Like, there were just things I didn't want to do. And I felt so guilty for not supporting two really awesome Black female creatives. But it just didn't fit into my life. So I totally get why it doesn't happen. Someone said, I support you 100%, always principally. I don't agree with paid monthly subscriptions. Okay, that's fine. I get it. Like, some people can't make it fit into their lives. It doesn't work for some people. For me, it's just been really overwhelming to have my life be public now. And there are some things that I don't mind about it. There are other things that are a little bit too uncomfortable. So I just feel like I am willing to share many things publicly, but there are some things that I don't mind putting behind a paywall because the spaces, like the comments, can get really ugly. And, you know, a lot of people don't mind paying $5, $4.99 for the additional space. So I do what I can. Would you have your own podcast? So I would actually love to have a podcast. I would love to talk about pop culture. I'd love to talk to other reality TV stars and get the tea and gossip on what's going on in their shows. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But you guys let me know, because I know it's a really oversaturated market. So would you listen to a podcast if I had one? I wouldn't want to put it behind a paywall. I wouldn't want to have it on like a Patreon or anything. It would definitely be a public thing. I want it accessible on Spotify for sure, because I'm a Spotify girly. Been a Spotify girl since high school. They have got me locked in. High school was 10 years ago, basically. So yeah, I would love to have a podcast. And if you guys want to listen to it, let me know. I would love to hear some of your ideas, some things you'd like to hear from me. Because again, there are so many podcasts that I listen to personally, and I have some ideas about different things, but yeah. So yeah, I'd love to have a podcast. I'd love to launch it within like January or February of the upcoming year. I'd also love to have a blog. You know, I think this whole social media is awesome. It's a great place to connect, but there are so many different, like, I don't want to give all my power to the different social media platforms that exist. So I'd love to have my own place on the internet that I own and control and can put whatever product or content on there. Where's my voice going? Because Instagram could go under tomorrow. TikTok could go under tomorrow. But as long as I have a blog, that would make sense just for everything to be like centrally located. So I would love a blog, and I'd love to have a podcast. Both of those things. Current events podcast. Ooh. How about political podcasts talking about human rights, gun control, and climate change? I don't think that would be the entire center of it. But you guys know me, like, I'm not afraid to shy away from this conversation, so I'd love to do it. What would you call your podcast? I'm not giving you guys a name. I am not giving you the name, because next thing I know, I'm going to turn around and like the domain will be gone, the blog will be gone, someone's going to start the podcast with the same name and be like, you won $800,000, so you need to give me $799,999,999 for it. You're like, actually, no, thank you. There were taxes that came out. Thanks so much. You guys are really funny. Pop culture with a dash of politics. Well, I think politics are like everything. Politics are everything that we talk about. They're every aspect of our existence. So I think just the fact that I have a podcast, I'm a Black woman with a voice, the fact that I would speak that into a microphone is political in itself. So yeah, I'll talk about everything. You have so many different interests. Your podcasts would be legendary. Were there political disagreements among the BB24 cast? I'm sure there are differences in politics, but there weren't any big political conversations in the house. Like, people didn't really talk about Joe Biden and Trump. People didn't really talk about, or like if they talked about Joe Biden, it was kind of like, oh, like, I think someone was like, I wonder if Joe Biden's still alive. Which, you know, got out the house when the Queen was dead. So crazy stuff. Bravo recaps, but you'd have to have time to watch the shows. That's the thing. I really love, I personally just love reality TV. I love specifically like female driven reality TV, but I don't have the time to watch it in real time. So I don't think I'd be able to do a real podcast that would make sense, because I'd be so behind. Hi, Taylor. Did you watch The Amazing Race finale? I did last night, finally, and it was so fun. it went by so quickly, that finale. I wanted it to be maybe a 2-hour finale because those, I don't know what they're called, challenges, the legs, they were so exciting to follow. I could have watched those last even longer. That was a good time. I had a fun time. Do you have thoughts on Southern Charm? I do not have thoughts on Southern Charm. No. I do. I remember there was like one season where someone was touring Plantation. So, no, I don't have it. No, thank you. How did you feel when you found out the queen was dead? I mean, I kind of like, that wasn't a shock. Before I went in the house, there were jokes online, people being like, I think in January, people were like, oh, like that queen's probably dead, but people are just like propping her up to make her reach whatever anniversary of her reign. So that was obviously a joke on the internet. I did not believe that at all. Come on, conspiracy theory, let's be real. But yeah, I got out the house and I was like, oh, it's sad, but we expected that, right? Have you listened to the podcast, The Secret Life of Black Girls or Horrible Decisions? I've never heard of Secret Life of Black Girls, so I will look it up. But I have heard a few episodes of Horrible Decisions when I was like years ago, and I would love to be on that podcast. So hit him up, let him know, because I'd love to chat with them. Mr. Eric Vaughn, hello. Don't call me gorgeous. I got a filter on. Let's be honest about it. These grapes are making my mouth water. They're very good. What did you do with Real Housewives of Detroit? There will never be a Real Housewives of Detroit, let's be honest. Did you listen to the new SZA album? Not yet. Raven and Angel Star, thank you for buying a badge. Would you write a book? If I were offered a book deal, yeah. I don't know if I would write it entirely myself. Do you have a perfect blend of everything iconic and Giggly Squad? I know Giggly Squad are those girls from, Summer House, right? I'm writing down Giggly Squad and everything iconic. Okay. Will you do The Amazing Race? If Jesse Tenenbaum texts me and says, would you do it? I would consider it. But obviously I have to talk to Joseph about it. Marvin's going to be on The Circle. Imagine if he hadn't dropped out. Well, he didn't drop out. He was removed. So. Did you see the meme about two queens dying today because it's the same day Michael got evicted? I didn't see the meme, but I was told about it, and I think that's hilarious. That is so funny. Taylor, you've seen the live feeds. You're gorgeous without makeup. I think about that all the time. I forget that you guys... I'm sorry the typing was so loud. It's... You're literally propped up on my laptop right now. But that is funny. I'm sure that's hilarious. It probably sounded like acrylic nails on a keyboard. Yeah, every time I get nervous about going live or anything like that, I think about the fact that I was literally live 24/7 all summer. Look at all different types of ways. You all have literally seen me in all different forms. Like super glammed up, crusty and dusty. Y'all saw me in struggle mode a lot of times. That was funny. But yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes I don't mind a filter. I think as long as we're just very transparent about using them, there's no big deal for it. We love Marvin for it. We love Marvin for being removed from the show. Sure, that works. You look stunning, queen. Thank y'all. Me in my sweatsuit, which again I wore in the house all the time. Favorite brunch place in DC? I love Dirty Habit and Sequoia. Ooh, so I lived in DC when Kava, not the when the restaurants were like reigning supreme. That was my big, I loved when Kava was all the rage. I actually worked at Kava as a hostess. So a lot of people are probably familiar with Kava, the fast casual type of places. I did Kava, the restaurants. Those were the spots. That was a really fun brunch place. Actually, I did brunch there when I was working as a tour guide for a summer. Got way too messed up on bottomless mimosas. Like really messed up. Went out, we were in Eastern Market in DC. And I bought a hat. I bought this fabulous wide brimmed hat. And I bought sunglasses. I literally looked like Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids, like obviously not high on drugs, but I was very drunk. And so I'm literally like roaming through Eastern Market. I see the police, and I swear to you, oh my God, I cannot wait to tell this story. I threw up in the middle of Eastern Market in like one of the planted trees. The tree had like, it was in a pot, and I threw up in the pot of the tree, and it was right in front of the police. And I ran, and I grabbed one of my friends I recognized, and I was like, I just threw up in front of the cops. We need to go right now. We need to leave. And we got out of there so fast, got back to my room, and I just fell asleep for the rest of the day. So brunch in DC brunch is really intense if you don't know. DC brunch is very intense. We're gonna need a moderator. Let the people go crazy. Let the kids act crazy. Do you get contacted by fashion designers to post wearing their designs? Not fashion designers. I think there's a difference between designers and like a lot of the brands that you find. So I do get contacted by brands. They will either gift or pay free to wear and post their outfits. I try to I do what I can to pull back the curtain without breaking contracts or agreements, because a lot of this influencer world that I'm just now really getting exposed to, I think a lot of people try to keep up the veil that it's just a part of my lifestyle, or like I just do this, I just do that. Like, no, a lot of this is very thought out, or there are a lot of people and partnerships that go to like, these deals pay people's meals. These deals are different, like it's people's jobs to create these connections. So, you know, they're awesome people to work with, and I do what I can to kind of highlight the work that they do, because they do amazing work. Your hair is so pretty, share products if you can. This is just from Dry Bar. I went to Dry Bar. I did, I asked for loose waves. Yeah, I do know. Okay, so you know the richest woman ever from Big Brother created cosmetics. I do know that, and she also judged Miss USA 2 years ago, I think. So I never met her, but good for her. I never tried their products. I don't know if they're for me. I'm not sure what their shade range is like, but yeah. It was really good. Did you meet Kayla Nicole at the Revolve Shindig? I met a lot of people at Revolve. I knew Chloe was there, but... Okay, here's what I will say about not just Revolve, but events in DC. There's a Dry Bar near me. I'm going to answer this first. I have a Dry Bar near me in Ann Arbor I want to try, but I'm so scared. Go to it. So first of all, the girl who owns the Dry Bars in Michigan. There's one Dry Bar in Ann Arbor, and there's one Dry Bar in Birmingham. The girl who owns both of those, her name is Erin. She was on Survivor years ago. So that was, oh my God. Like, I met Erin a while ago. We created a great relationship. Before I even won Miss Michigan USA, I got to know her pretty well. And she was like, I had to get you on Raya, the dating app. I don't know why you don't have so many followers. And I was like, Erin, relax. Like, it's not that serious, don't even worry. Won Miss Michigan USA. She started inviting me to new things out in Michigan. And then once that ended, then I went Big Brother. I think I hinted to her a little bit because I knew she was on Survivor. And I was like, so I might be gone for a long time this summer. I can't tell you why. And it's not the same thing that you did, but like same people. So anyway, that's just a long-winded way of saying Erin's really awesome. She had no idea that I was actually going on Big Brother, but I tried to be like, okay, girl, like, see ya in a while, maybe. But Erin's really cool. So anyway, there are so many different stylists that work between the Ann Arbor and Birmingham locations in Michigan. And all those stylists can do black hair very well. Like this, and this is, I slept on this. I didn't have a silk pillowcase on, and I got this done 2 or 3 days ago. And this is the base that I use for someone else to do my hair. So yeah, no, we love the Dry Bars that are in Michigan. Shout out to Erin. You are amazing. I adore you. we actually have a lot of really awesome CBS people that are based in Michigan. There's a former Michigan USA who was on Survivor. Erin's awesome. She went Survivor, now runs the businesses in Michigan. Me. Okay, but what I was saying about the LA event, and LA events in general that I'm kind of starting to learn, a lot of these events, so brands will invite people to these events, and some people have stronger presences, some are just bigger celebrities than other people who are invited to these events. I think just by nature of a lot of people going to these events and wanting to post and, you know, really wanting to get invited by certain brands to be in certain rooms and spaces, there's a lot of people who will like either intentionally or just unintentionally try to make you feel smaller because you don't have a certain amount of followers, or because you aren't friends with people they want to be friends with, or you aren't on the right reality show. It's been really interesting seeing how other people will treat some people on some reality shows compared to other reality shows. It's been interesting seeing kind of the hierarchy of who is considered valuable, who is a little less valuable, who needs to have a photo of them taken, who doesn't. And it's not even like, this isn't really exposing the industry. I think there's just a lot of opportunity for people to feel very small compared to other people. So you would think that like bigger influencers are shady, rude, mean, or whatever, but they really aren't. I've actually kind of encountered some people who are on the smaller end of the scale being greedier, meaner. You can kind of see I don't want to say desperation, but like you can see the need and desire for people to have to be in a room, to have to get a photo at this certain place, to have the brand name behind them. And for me, someone who is really introverted, I can be extroverted. Like I can turn it on and be a personal person because I just am a personal person. But, you know, like I'm more than happy to show up and get the requirements that are required of me for an event than just saying that I was just at the event. Like I don't need the brand to make me feel confident or legitimate in this arena. So yeah, I was like, okay, let's get the photo, let's get the shot. Like I can wait in a line. I'm not concerned about it. Now, luckily I've got a really great publicist, so a lot of lines I was able to kind of skip to the front. But I did hear a lot of like, who even is she? Or like, what, who is that? I don't know who she is. You literally can hear people saying that about you. And yeah, there's a part of you that wants to be like, I was the first Black woman to win Big Brother. Like come on, like that was a big deal. It's like, that's important. It's really cool and noteworthy. But if people can't immediately recognize you, then they'll kind of roll their eyes or snub you a little bit until they find out the clout behind your name. So, you know, everybody who I've met who's been a bigger creator has been so nice, like so nice and warm and personable. And even if they don't know, it's so weird saying like who I am, you don't know who I am. No, like, but it is weird where, like even if someone doesn't know who I am and like their assistant will say, hey, like that's so-and-so, she did this, they'll be excited because what I did in Big Brother is really cool and unique. So yeah, I have nothing bad to say about the big creators. They've all been really sweet, but the smaller creators, and I get wanting to grow in the industry. It's like, it's climbing the corporate ladder. Like you're trying to build and expand your base in your career. But yeah, it's really interesting seeing who, will treat you differently once they find out the accolades behind your name. So I do my best to just treat people like anybody else. I do my best to uphold people in the same way they decide. Sorry, I just read a text and said some of the words in the text. I just try to treat people everybody the same way, or like give everyone their flowers in the way they deserve, because everybody got invited there for a reason, you know? Even if you're a guest of somebody, like that's a really cool thing. You have a friend that's doing something really big and you can be part of that. So, you know, I do what I can. That's all. Even being at that event, and I thought this was gonna be like a 15-minute live, but here I am just blabbing away, blah blah blah. I don't know. It's LA is a different, and not even LA, but like this influencer world is a different place. But it's not hard to just extend kindness to as many people as possible. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to deserve it, but for me personally, it takes a lot less effort to get angry and worked up and upset than it does to just be nice and keep it moving. That's so much easier. You're so gorgeous, why don't you make an OnlyFans? That's too much work. An OnlyFans sounds like entirely too much work. Not my brand either. Bachelor Data in the building. What is going on? I remember talking about you for a moment in the show because I think what you do is so awesome and so cool. I wish. Actually, no, I did see a Big Brother Data type of platform. Was that you? Is that someone that works for you? That was really cool. So, Bachelor Data, thanks for doing what you do. I think your data and your insights has forced viewers to engage with reality TV in general a lot differently. Like, you have to be a lot smarter. Giselle, I heard you're pregnant. Are you? Or is that a lie? Did I just post a nice picture and you were like, oh my God, I'm pregnant? Or are you actually pregnant? Would you ever go to LGBT events? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. If any, I mean, like, I'd go to drag shows. I would go to, I'd go to the GLAAD Awards if they wanted to have me. I'd be happy to support the community in any way. But I only want to go if I'm invited. It's one of those things where I don't want to just walk in and be like, I have gay fans. Acknowledge me. Because that's not my space to do that. So, yeah, if they invite me, I'd be happy to. I said Giselle was lying, typical goon activity. Someone tweeted me. I did not look at that in the Jailer community. Someone tweeted me and was like, Giselle's pregnant. And I was like, oh. I do see everything. Would you go on Dancing with the Stars? I think it would be fun. I would have to be out of my CBS contract to do it. But if it makes sense, then sure. Go on The Amazing Race with Michael. I don't know if I'll even be invited to The Amazing Race. We'll see how that goes. Would you join Real Housewives of Potomac or any other Housewives franchise? It would have to make sense for my life. I have friends on Potomac already. I'm actually going to see Candace this weekend, so I can't wait to see her. But I don't think my permanent life is going to be in DC. I don't know where Joseph and I are eventually going to end up, so we'll see. When is the contract over? 2 years after finale night. Now you're better not go on a spiral after hearing her say, I do see everything. Even if I don't want to see it, you guys throw it in my face. I just choose what to engage with and what not to engage with. Because half the stuff is not worth my time, y'all. Nate the Great in the building. Let me tell you about Mr. Nate the Great. Did you guys see Finding Magic Mike on HBO Max? Great show. Actually, no, because now I'm going to go on a rant. I love Finding Magic Mike because I think when I first watched the show, I thought it was going to be like sexy buff guys all auditioning for Magic Mike Live. And you guys know I love me some Magic Mike Live. But then when I watched the show, it's really this beautiful journey of men who are reimagining their masculinity, understanding psychological, physical, emotional challenges that they've gone through in their lives and how it impacts their view on what it means to be a man, what it means to be an adult man. And they go through this beautiful journey of understanding sex and sexuality through the female gaze and how to perform for women in a way that makes them feel safe and comfortable, while also simultaneously re-examining what manhood can look like for themselves. It was beautiful. I loved the show. I sat and I watched it with my mom. Nate, I watched that show with my mom, okay? It was so good. Hit me up. Let's connect, Nate. Thanks so much. We'll catch you soon. Maybe I'll see you in Vegas. I don't know. Are you still at the show? I thought you had your last one. So shoot me a message. We gotta connect. We gotta reconnect. Anyway, everyone go watch Finding Magic Mike. I'm not going to spoil the ending if you don't know how it ends, but Nate's a good one. It's still on HBO Max, right? It should be. It's funny, again, every time I see these comments, oh, you're in Miami, you're at the Miami show now? Are you just in Miami or are you at the Miami show? I don't know. I haven't caught up. I've been, a little removed from society. Things have been a little different for me lately. Is it only on HBO Max? I don't have that. Yeah, I think it's only on HBO Max. Where's Joseph? Joseph is down at the Hearts of Reality event, which looks like so much fun, and I wish I was there, but I have a very top secret reason why I am in DC. Everyone, if you guys saw, damn, my lips are chapped. I need to drink water, y'all. If you saw my very best friend, Diane, if you're familiar with Diane, I talked about her in the show a couple times. But Diane graduated from her master's program yesterday. I was supposed to be in Chicago, but I had to come to DC directly. I was really supposed to do a crazy leg of going from Michigan to LA to Chicago to DC and then back to LA. But I had to reschedule some things, and that meant that I couldn't go to my friend's graduation in person, unfortunately. So I'm here. It's going to be a really, really, really great day. And then I go back to LA in a couple days. So I'm going to try to run around the city, see my old stomping grounds. Excuse me. And it's funny because all of my closest friends live in DC, but they are in Chicago right now for my best friend's graduation. So I literally miss all of my friends who I haven't seen in so long. It's fine. They'll be here before I leave. Yeah. Big congrats to Diane. We love her. Did someone say I'm about to be the next press secretary? I'm not about to be the next press secretary. I am not about to be the next press secretary. Make it up to her by taking her on a cruise. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Not you in the DMV. Hell yeah, I'm in the DMV. Girl, your hair is eating. Thank you. Thank you. Where'd you get the corset you wore in the house? The blue one. That was Giovanni. Giovanni, I've told this story a couple times, but they were really, really kind and helpful before I left for the show. There were a handful of brands that were really kind and helpful before I left for the show. Literally, when I say kind and helpful, the relationships that you build, no matter what you do, will always, always, always help you out in the end. It just comes down to being very honest about what you're looking for and just like building genuine relationships. So Giovanni made my Miss USA gown. They were my sponsors for being Miss Michigan USA. So I got my Miss USA gown for free, and I just kept in contact with the designers. I kept in contact with the PR people. So when I finally really started to feel like, oh, this Big Brother thing, I think it's actually going to happen, I called up Giovanni and I was like, hey, guys, this is literally what it went like. Actually, I think I sent a message. I'll see if I can find it somewhere. But I called them up and I was like, hey, so I'm going to be going away likely for the summer. I can't tell you why, but I'll probably be gone for the whole summer. And I'm going to need clothes. Can you help me? And they didn't ask any other questions. I just said, I'll be gone for the summer. I need some clothes. I will post tag and talk about you guys in the house. Just like, if you can help me, I'd really appreciate it. And they literally said, send us your address, go on the website, type in the numbers for the outfits that you need and send us your sizes. And the day that I got kidnapped is the day that the box showed up in my house. Now I had to... That's a whole other story. The box got misdelivered. It was signature only, so my mom actually had to ship the box to Big Brother. And that's why I didn't get the clothes until I was actually in the house, and then that's how it became the whole go try the outfits on, Taylor. And that's how the jumpsuit controversy came to be. But I'm really, really grateful to Giovanni because, yeah. That was a crazy thing. So yes, the blue corset was Giovanni. I wore it like 4 times in the house maybe because I loved that outfit so much. But here's the thing with Giovanni. So you can't buy directly from their website. You have to work with a prom or pageant company that sells on their behalf. So if you go on their website and you can type in your address, I think, and it'll show you local areas. And then you can call up that store and be like, hey, I have like this little cowlick. But you can call up your local place and just be like, hey, do you have this? I saw it online. You read the number off and they'll say either yes, I have, or no, I don't. But because they are a official Giovanni retailer, they can contact their person, Giovanni, and they can order everything for you. So they're awesome. We love them. They're great. Do you get to keep the jumpsuit? No, I sent everything back. The jumpsuit that I won in was Giovanni. The green jumpsuit that I wore going into final 3 was Giovanni. The one I popped the champagne in. Like, I exploded the champagne on my face, basically. Yeah, that was Giovanni. The dress that I wore when Nicole got evicted was Giovanni. The blue corset was Giovanni. The red jumpsuit that I wore was also Giovanni. I think I wore that when Terrence got evicted. What else? I think those are all the big ones. So yeah, you would need to buy that corset. I really love that corset. I hope that they do another corset. Because I would love to wear just like a different color, different variation of it. But yeah, that blue one was everything. I love that blue corset. I'm more than happy to buy things from them now. I mean, come on. Oh, wait, you guys have dropped some questions in here. Taylor, please get a moderator. I think, here's the thing. Unless things get like unbearable for me in these chats, I'm not going to do a moderator. Ooh, English. I'm not going to do a moderator in live. When I go live to non-subscribers, just because I don't care that much. But unless things get like ugly, but I have no problem having a moderator in the subscribers one because like you guys pay for a safer space there. So that's my take on that. Did you have your interview yet? Not yet. Ozza's in the DMV. Have you met up yet? Not yet, but I'm going to see her when I'm in LA. So that'll be fun. Someone said, I'm fashion dumb. What does being an ambassador or partner entail? That's a really good question. And it depends on your agreement with the brand. So being an ambassador can look like a partnership where, and the terms can change, but it can look like you send me clothes for free and I post it. It can look like you pay me to post different outfits. It can look like I have a responsibility to have X amount of people sign up. Actually, no, that's not true at all. It could look like I get a code for a certain website, and depending on how many people are utilizing that code, depending on what type of engagement and sales I generate, then that could take a percentage off of how much I have to pay for buying clothes from that company. So it can all look different between different things. Would you do Meghan Markle's podcast? In a heartbeat. I love Meghan Markle. I love the work that she did before she even knew Harry. I think she's an awesome, awesome role model. And you know what else I actually really love that she did? In the documentary, she talked about how in the States she was not treated like a Black person. And growing up as a biracial person in California, it just like her experience was not being treated as a Black person first. And how that caused her I can't say the word. Naivety? Oh no. I'm struggling, guys. But it caused her to be naive when she went over to the UK and was struggling with racism. That was really interesting to me. How she could just very clearly say, my experience was not that growing up in the States as a biracial person because she's very light-skinned. And then to actually be confronted with racism. It was really interesting. And I appreciate that she could actually say that and articulate that because a lot of people will just ignore it. But I really appreciate that she actually said that out loud. I appreciate that she was not afraid to confront her journey with her Blackness. I think a lot of people will just scan over that, skip over it. But yeah. And I also appreciate how Harry confronted his Nazi costume, like ridiculous. But I appreciate how he tackled that head on. And he talked about what he did to try and make amends for that. I think almost similar to the Kyle situation from this summer. I think we're all capable of doing really bad things or racist things or homophobic things, but what you do afterwards to make amends or to apologize is what matters. I think ousting people once they, especially if it is a mistake, ousting people once they make a mistake or once they act on bad thoughts and they act on unconscious behavior, that doesn't make sense if they're willing to do the work to move forward. So yeah, I appreciate all of that. Some people thought you shaded black women with that. People won't let Megan live. It's really weird. It's very weird. I love to see you play in the challenge. No. No, thank you. Seriously, the only other CBS show that I would do would be The Amazing Race. I'm not doing anything else. CBS reality show, I will say. It's hard eating these grapes. I keep saying it, but these grapes are making my mouth water so much. So I'm like, too pure for the challenge. I don't know about too pure for the challenge, but I'm definitely, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy for the challenge. RuPaul's Drag Race judge in a heartbeat. Never say never. The answer is never. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to do the challenge. You guys want me to do the challenge so badly. Someone said if the price is right, would you do the challenge? I almost said they don't have the money, but they do have the money. They just wouldn't give it to, like, I know there's no way that they would give me the money that I would want to do the challenge, to go on a challenge. It's not happening. Mm-hmm. That goes for MTV or CBS. I'm not doing either. Woo. I just saw someone said Netflix. I don't know what you want me to say about Netflix. I have a Netflix account. So here's a question. When you guys request to go live with me, what do you think is going to happen? Like, do you think I'm going to accept the request to go live? Do you think I'm just going to do that? Like, is that, because I'm not. Did The Amazing Race with a 2-year non-compete start all over again? That's a good question. I have no idea. I should talk to Derek and Claire about that. See how that worked out for them. But also maybe it's different because they won. I don't know. I really have no idea. But I have not been approached about any other CBS reality show, so I wouldn't know. I'm having fun here. Oh, wow. How do we get to 24 questions all of a sudden? Just saw a good question in the chat. Do you get paid during the 2 years that you're under contract, especially if you don't actually do anything out of the 2 years? No. And there's only so much I can say about those things, but you're paid for your time on the show. Like, that's the contract is for that. The contract is more of a non-compete for 2 years afterwards. So I'm a CBS. I am a CBS, Viacom, Paramount Global girly. So any opportunity that I would want to pursue would have to be under the Paramount family, which is a really big family. Like, Paramount is Viacom. Viacom is so much of media. So, but that's actually a really good question. They asked to go live because other social media people allow it. Oh. Oh my Are you going to Adam's graduation? I'm not going to Adam's graduation, unfortunately. I have to stay in LA for a couple more events before I grab my mom and grandma and go to Florida for the cruise. You see Joseph's reaction to your award. I did. That was so sweet. He's the best. What were your highest and lowest points on the show? Highest point would be winning for sure. That was a fun one. We'll never forget it. And lowest point on the show, yeah, definitely the blow up. I think that was just like a clear time when I realized, like, it was very clear to me where the entire house stood in that moment. And that was like very disheartening because I'm looking around and no one was willing to just stand up and be active in that moment. So that was a hard time. And a lot of people have apologized for not being active in the moment. And I hope that was a learning moment so that if they are confronted like that with something like that in the future, they can know how to navigate it. When are you and Ika going to meet? Probably after she gets married. I can't even imagine how crazy it would be to plan a wedding. And there's so much demand for me and Ika to get together. I love her. She's awesome. She's an icon. And I'm obsessed with her. But yeah, no, I don't think that I'm going to put any pressure on her for us to get together until like she gets married, probably goes on the honeymoon, probably gets settled back into Canada. Who would your top 8 girls be for a returning season of Big Brother that you'd like to see? Ooh. Vanessa. I know everyone knows I'm already gonna say Danielle because queen, icon, but I would actually like to see Lisa back in the game. I don't think people give Lisa enough credit for the game that she played because she was sitting next to Danielle, which, like, okay, fair. But Lisa also played a really good game. And I would like to see her again. Like, I would enjoy seeing Lisa play the game again. That'd be fun for me. I know you said 8, but my brain is not working right now. How does your hair survive so much heat? What protectants do you use? I use a Chi heat protectant when I am at Dry Bar. They have their own heat protectant called, I think it's called Prep Rally. It's called Prep Rally. It's really good stuff. So, are there any celeb stylists you'd like to work with? La Roche, period. How's long distance? It is super easy because Joseph and I have a really great and easy style of communication. Like, I love the way that we communicate. We don't oversaturate each other. It's very easy for both of us to, like, check in at the end of the day, check in at the beginning of the day, but my entire existence is not dominated around needing to communicate with my boyfriend. So yeah, it doesn't even feel like we're long distance at all because our relationship is just so healthy and awesome. And we see each other, like, I think the longest stretch that we go without seeing each other is maybe 2 weeks. So yeah, doesn't feel like it's long distance at all. What else is going on here? How was the Stefan Lovegrove party? That was fun. I had a good time. All the girls that I posted in the picture were super cool and fun to be around. I met a lot of really awesome people I've been DMing with for a long time. I think I talked about this earlier. There are a lot of people that I talked to, like, DMing with or trying to connect with, that I finally got to link up with at that party. And then, no, seriously, most of the people were really cool. And then there are some people that I will probably never interact with again. There was one person, this is going to be kind of shady. There was one person that, oh my God, like a year ago, I flirted with in the DMs. And he clearly didn't know that I'm in a relationship now. So first he came up. I can't say what he was wearing because maybe you guys will know who it was. He came up to me and I was like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. Had no idea who it was. Yikes, already. And I wasn't drinking. I wasn't smoking anything. Just totally sober. Did not know who this person was that I was talking to. I shake his hand. I shake his hand and I was like, hi, I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you. What's your name? He goes, I'm so-and-so. And I was like, oh, again, so nice to meet you. Like, do you know someone here? Like, were you on a show? He was like, yeah, I was on a TV show. I said, oh, okay, cool. What one? He goes, you know what one? And I was like, oh no. And then I was like, I'm literally, guys, I'm still shaking his hand when literally just like my whole body just thinks, I was like, oh, I know where this is going. Oh no, okay. So I was like, I lean in and then I finally recognized who it was. And I literally, guys, I took my hand away and I walked around in a circle. I said, oh no. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So we're laughing about it because it's truly hilarious. It was hilarious. And he did look exactly how he looked in the photos. I'm so gone in Joseph land, you guys. Like, I don't see other men anymore. So we start laughing. But he's leaning in, kind of close. And I put my hand on his shoulder and I was like, I'm in a relationship, right? He goes, oh, I had no idea. I was like, oh, yeah. Like I was, I went on Big Brother. And he goes, yeah, I know. And so he only watched the episodes. So I think if you only watch the episodes, my relationship with Joseph kind of seems out of the blue. But if you watch the feeds, like, come on, the whole story about Joseph and I. So, and he didn't even watch the episodes that religiously. So I was like, honey, I'm in a relationship. He's like, oh no. And I literally, over the shoulder, I was like, have you met so-and-so? You should go talk to her. She's super fun. And I literally pushed him behind me. So that was funny. That was a very funny moment. But he was cool. We laughed about that. Oh no, I still have I have eyeliner on my eye still, yikes. But that made me laugh. That was a funny moment. That was very funny. So yeah, it was a fun party. It was a lot of influencers, just like reality TV stars. I don't want to say influencers. It was a lot of reality TV stars, just kind of connecting and networking. I didn't really know what to expect, but I still had a good time at the end of it. But that was a very, very funny thing. I was like, oh no, yikes. But I hope he's doing well. That was also interesting because a lot of people who used to be in relationships were at that event with people they're currently in relationships with. And then some people want to connect with. That was not the shady thing that I wanted to mention. That was not at all the shady thing I wanted to mention. That was just a funny thing. But no, the shady thing I already kind of said. There are people that I loved being around and getting to know. I saw a lot of former USA girls who got in the reality world. There was, oh God, I saw Spencer there. We just sat on the couch and yucked it up for a while, just chit-chatting and laughing, because that's crazy seeing somebody that I knew since I was 5 years old and then disconnecting in adulthood and both being on reality TV at the same summer. We're literally sitting in this room this is crazy. Anyway, how's your family? So that was fun. But there are some people, very, 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 very few people, but very few people that I would like to never interact with again. So no, not the Hills Spencer. I basically grew up watching Spencer on the Hills. No, Spencer Swice, he was on the most recent season of The Bachelorette. So for those who don't know, he and I went to the same school until I think high school. He went to an all-boys school and I went to the same high school everywhere. I went to the same high school that I went to. The same school it was a K-12, pre-K to 12 school. So I went to the same place my whole life. He went to a all-boys school for high school. And we just kind of fell out of contact. But we also went to the same country club growing up. So growing up. Wow. Did you meet Justine from Love Island? I've met Justine before at Todrick's house. She did a workout at that place at Todrick's house. But I don't know why I said that place. Yeah, I've met Justine at Todrick's house, just kicking it, working out. And then I ran into Justine at the Revolve event, and that was fun. But I think I saw Justine after maybe my third kind of exhausted moment. It was just I had a couple of other influencers that just rubbed me the wrong way, and I could not tell you who they were or anything like that. Not to be shady, but like I just didn't know who people were because I'm so fresh to this world still. So I like kind of had these weird interactions, and I wasn't really feeling all that good. And then I saw Justine, and I was like, oh my god, thank God! Like, oh, someone I know. But then my publicist was like, okay, we gotta go get this photo. I said, okay, I love you. Like, I'll see you soon, and I will see her soon. I'll see her next week at the Survivor stuff. But no, Justine is the best. She's gorgeous. Yo, I could stand Justine forever. I love her, truly. No, she's super cool. She's super nice. She's stunning. Like, I love that girl to death. I would have been by her side and hung out with her for that entire event if I didn't have like things that I needed to get done. I think I look at these less as something to, like, a lot of these events, I try not to go to these events. That's going to sound weird. It's not that I try to go to these events and not have fun. Like, I want to enjoy these events. I really do. But a lot of these events are more so networking events than anything. I've said this before, in the same way that you go to a networking event after going to work, that's what a lot of these events can be. There's just like a media and press aspect involved because this is the world that I've been plopped into now. So, yeah. Have you met Cache or Zeta? I don't know who's Zeta. I've met Cash. Cash is awesome. We message all the time. I don't message all the time, but I do message her. I stan. Cash is hilarious. She's awesome. I saw that Joseph met her last night, and then she messaged me and she was like, how did I meet Joseph but not you? So she's great. Justine is really cool, yeah. What do you think about DX and Claire's Amazing Race run? The way they bodied that last leg, I watched it last night. So cool. So cool. Zeta's the winner of last season of Love Island. Most recent season of Love Island. Oh, so I was in the house when it happened. No, I haven't met her. Zeta pronounced Zeta. Zeta! Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. One with Timmy. Okay, cool. I haven't met Zeta. I don't know who Timmy is. Clearly her partner. But that's awesome. She won Love Island while I was in the Big Brother house. Okay, Black Girl's winning. All right, well, Zeta. Come on, Miss Zeta. I need to find you. Hold on. All right, get ready for some clickety-clack on the thing again. Taylor, are you resting and taking care of yourself? I am. This is technically me resting. I was actually supposed to go to the mall with my friend and help her get an outfit for something she's doing tonight. But I couldn't bring myself out of bed. So I was like, hey girl, I'm just going to stay back and handle some contracts and handle some stuff while I'm here. Yeah. Have you met Devon and Bailey? Bailey and I text like every other day. That's an exaggeration, but we text often. We DM often. Love her. I have not met Devon yet, but that doesn't mean that I'm never going to. Someone said this is a rest. You get a full body massage, Taylor. They're the best reset self-care. I got a couples massage with Joseph when we did the, what did we do? We went on the cruise. So that was fun. Honestly, I forgot he was even there. No, it was a fun experience going in together and like getting cozy, and the bed itself was super warm. It was a full body massage. I think I see a lot of people like in movies or TV shows that like hold hands during a couples massage. We were both just slumped and in it, like deep tissue. It was nice. It was really nice and relaxing. Who's your favorite housewife on Atlanta, Beverly Hills, and Potomac? On Atlanta. Ooh, so Cynthia was my favorite on Atlanta for a while. I always loved Candy though. Candy's an OG. Candy has the real money on that show. Like, Candy's giving drama. What else was there? Beverly Hills. I love me some Kathy Hilton. I do. That woman cracks me up. Who's Hunky Dory? That girl is so funny. And Potomac. Come on. My girl Candace. Duh. No question. No question at all. The girl's about to scrap in the comments. No fighting in the comments. Wow. Not the fighting in the comments. I haven't seen the actual things that are about to fight or like start fights in the comments, but don't do that here. It's not Bad Girls Club. Let's not. Someone said I got 20 on sharp. What is happening? Y'all need to get it together. Someone asked, what's your go-to perfume? My go-to perfume is Vanilla Tobacco by Tom Ford. Are you sad you're not going to Em's graduation? Of course I'm sad I can't make it. But first of all, those admins are already a big family, and I don't think they give you enough tickets at graduations for big families in general. So I don't need to take somebody else's slots. But Adam knows I love him to death. I already texted him. I'm so proud of him for already getting accepted. It's the first of many for him. Same with Hannah Chada. Not low battery. Okay, we're back. Not a question. The Jalen Rose interview was fantastic. I loved the Jalen Rose interview. He's awesome. Like there's so many amazing things I can say about that. Is the cruise going to be your mom, grandma, and Joseph, or is that a different cruise? That's a different cruise. So Joseph, Adam, Shio, and I are going on one cruise, and the cruise I'm taking my mom and grandma on is a different cruise. Who would you take from your cast on Family Feud? It's just my laptop charger. Who would you take from your cast on Family Feud, and what other Big Brother season would you compete against? That's a really good question. Ooh. Okay, someone just said in here they're trying to get a hold of me for an event. If you go on my Instagram page and you go to my highlights, the little contact me slide, that's where you can find the email address. Who would I take on Family Feud from my season? I gotta think of somebody that wouldn't give like ridiculous answers. I'm sorry, Turner. I can't bring Turner. Turner would give me some crazy answers and I'd look at him like, what? Baby, what are you doing? How many people? Is it 4? It's 5 people, right? So it'd be me, Joseph. Probably, oh man. It would be some combination of the leftovers for sure. It would be me, Joseph, Brittany, Michael, and Turner would give crazy answers. Who else would do it? Indy would give crazy answers. You know, I think Jasmine would be really good at it. Jasmine would be so good at it. I would bring Jasmine. It would be me, Joseph, Brittany, Michael, and Jasmine. Yeah. I think that'd be really good. Everybody else would be like kind of comedic relief, like saying kind of funny things. I don't think people really understand how good Jasmine would body Family Feud, if we're being honest. That's, girl, you better get ready. CBS hit us up. I would love to do a Big Brother one. Now, what other season will we go against? I'd go the Cookout, but then we lose. No. I would pick the Cookout. I don't know who I would take from the Cookout because it's only teams of 5. So they would have to join that on their own. Turner heard me talking shit and he joined. Turner, they just asked me who from our season I would have on Family Feud. And I said, me, Joseph, Brittany, Michael, and oh no, I said Jasmine. I said I wouldn't do you, Turner, because you would give some crazy answers that would not be on the board. And of course, literally as soon as I say that I wouldn't pick you, you show up and I'm picking the person who is your worst enemy. Like, damn. I lied. I said Turner the whole time. Don't tell him that. Everybody asked Turner if he sent my shoes yet. Turner would have the moments on YouTube. Turner would have the moments on TikTok. Because Family Feud's popping off on TikTok. Y'all talking about Turner can never catch a break. It's fine. His biggest break is being engaged to Megan Belmonte. Yay! Oh, congrats, homie, on the apartment and moving. Have you said where you're moving yet? I've only seen a major city. Oof. We're having a hairspray situation. Damn, someone said, Turner, are you tired of clout chasing? Never. I'm Team Turner, that's for sure. Nandy, thanks for buying a badge. That's real cool of you. Oh, there were other really good questions. I just missed that one. Haven't said it yet, but it will be in your YouTube vid, or I'll let you know via text. I mean, you don't have to tell me. Just, however it works. I don't want to force you. Does Giovanni have plus size options? Yes, they do. So you can get some really cool options. The only thing is, because they work with retailers, I don't know if retailers near you are going to be buying a lot of plus size options. So just make sure you contact the people near you, and they can communicate with Giovanni on your behalf. Are you watching the Meghan Markle documentary? If so, thoughts? I am, but it's about Harry and Meghan and their relationship. And I think it's hilarious that Harry was interested in Meghan based on the dog filter emoji that he saw on his friend's Instagram story. Because first of all, so Harry had an Instagram this whole time, huh? What other celebrities or royals have secret Instagrams? Interesting. What other reality shows are considered the top of the reality TV hierarchy? I don't know if it's necessarily shows themselves, but I think it's the fame that people get on some of these other shows. So look at people like, what's that curly haired guy that was on Too Hot to Handle? That like blew up. And he's on all those podcasts now or something. Like, people, if he were to walk into that event, people would probably treat him like he was royalty. I think there are people from the Bachelor world that people treat like royalty. And I think people hear The Bachelor in general, and they just get more excited about the fact that they were on that show compared to others. It's interesting. Like, I've definitely heard some people kind of roll their eyes and be like, nobody watches Big Brother. Who does she think she is? And I'm like, okay. Like, that's weird, but okay. Harry or Peter? I don't know who Peter is, but Harry. Yeah, Harry Jowsey, that one. So I think if he walked into that Revolve event, people would probably like kiss the ground that he walked on. There are other people who, that Peter. Yeah. I think there are just some people who walk away from certain reality shows with unbelievable clout. I remember you from my GW, my PR class. I remember you as my comfort in that class. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks so much. I don't know who that was saying the message, but thank you. That means a lot. I think there were a lot of people that I kind of noticed in undergrad, especially in classes. People were weird about this. They would try to have this weird, like, uppity air, or some people would raise their hand and other people would roll their eyes and not want to hear from them. And I was just like, let everybody speak. There were some people that would raise their hand and have bad opinions, and that's when I was kind of like, not you. Isn't Peter the guy that died in the Big Brother house? I think it has to be mandatory that a Peter is cast for the next season. That'd be hilarious. Have you seen the hype about Trader on Peacock? I've seen the hype about it. I have no idea what the show actually is, but I know some reality TV icons are on the show, so that's gonna be really cool. I love the Bachelor girlies, but that franchise sadly has a quite racist, homophobic, fatphobic, transphobic, and misogynistic stuff. Yeah. Yes, they do. And it's not even the people themselves. I will say it's not even all the people themselves, because like the people on the show that I've met have been really awesome. But what the show promotes, like, okay, we don't ever see plus size people on that show. We don't ever see trans people on that show. The way that show presents only one type of person as ultimately desirable, that's really, it's toxic and unfair. And now we're seeing shows of all different types of, like, dating shows, which is not my realm. But now we're seeing dating shows where there are all different types of people that are loved, desirable. And now because of that, they're more relatable. They get more fame coming out of that because they're just honest about that. So yeah, I think The Bachelor has a lot of growing to do. And they only cast one black woman. Well, now they cast more than one black woman at a time now, but you know. Was Nicole's apology genuine? Yes. Absolutely. I wish you could be friends with Melinda because I love both of you so much. Melinda's awesome. I met her, actually no, I did not meet her in New York, but I met Christian, so I figured Melinda was also there at an event that we went to. And then I later saw photos of Melinda was also at the same event. So we must have just missed each other, but I'm sure we'll connect. She's really awesome. I remember seeing her all over my TikTok before any of that. Mr. Eric West, what's up? How's your grandma doing? My grandma's great. She called me. She was so upset that she couldn't take me to the airport. But yeah, I think she's very excited about the cruise. She's got her swimsuits all ready. Grandma Betty is ready to show out, baby. Someone said the comment section is bad vibes. Aw, I'm sorry. You guys want to move to subscribers? If it's a bad vibe, I hate that. I think that's what we'll do. Janet 2024, I hope. You know what we need to do? I'm trying not to show off my friend's house. Okay, we're good. Grandma Betty's ready to snatch. She is ready to snatch. By the throat. She's ready to like, take y'all. You're going to be cruised out? I don't think so. I don't think there's any such thing as being all cruised out. I had so much fun on that princess cruise that I won that I immediately called, guys. So that event that I went to, someone asked how much it would be a subscriber. It's $4.99 a month. Somebody asked, why is everything, oh my God, I'm doing it for the poor people. I'm sorry, guys. No, but I had so much fun on the Princess Cruise, and there was an event that Princess had to help launch the Real Love Boat. And so when I was literally on the Real Love Boat, the president of Princess Cruises was also there. And he was so, so sweet. And we exchanged numbers. And he was like, whenever, like, anything you need, just let me know. So I called him up after the cruise, and I was just like, thank you so much. I had so much fun. I was like, please let me pay for this next one. I just want to treat my mom and my grandma, and he helped me get it set up. So yeah, I had such a good time. I called the president of Princess Cruises and was like, hey, this is awesome. And again, it's really cool. It was really cool. And then we are going on a different cruise for my birthday. Real ones know. The Twitter followers know what that second one's probably going to be. Okay, I'm going to dip out of here. I love you guys. I hope you had fun. I'm going to jump over to subscribers because it looks like some of you guys are just real sick of being in the trenches, and I don't want to have to keep you guys in the trenches. So love you, subscribers. Let's go have some fun.